mean, I watched it. As a kid, I'll do a little backstory to lead up to that. I don't know if you knew this, probably not. I was huge. I was absolutely obsessed with ghosts and UFOs. Like, I would go to the school library in elementary school and check out ghost books.
Wow,
real ghost stories. And like, that's, I had made a joke about the Abraham Lincoln of the boots thing, but everyone knows it. And that was one of the, you didn't know that?
What? No, what?
Oh, the White House is haunted?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, y'all don't know?
You just casually
Can we take a break for a second and hear that? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah. I mean, it's super simple. I mean, there's a lot of different presidents. I guess it's weird that, so there's a lot of presidents who would report seeing Abraham Lincoln strapping up his boots in a bed in one of the rooms in the White House. And he would roam around it. There's other ghosts. I can't remember who. I can't believe you didn't know that, though.
Oh.
Yeah. It's one of the most famous ghosts in the country.
I want to read.
It's
about
super
that.
fascinating.
Do they have books? You read books about it?
Yeah, but they were kid books. But they were, it was like real image of a castle and then the things that would go on in the castle and the bumps and all that.
it was like a true stories book.
Yeah, but it was nonfiction, and metaphysical nonfiction. And
But the fact that you were interested in that as a kid was like you were.
So I was
into some
already
taboo stuff.
Exactly, and then UFOs the same thing. I can see there's a lot of UFO photos that are the same thing for me. Where there's the image of the ghost woman walking down the stairs, and it's just like this weird form. It looks messed up. Like it's almost like just a dress that's on fire. It looks rad.
Whoa.
It's cool. So I was always really big in the ghost books, and then UFOs the same way with the weird cloud that's got the bulbous shape. I don't know. You've probably seen it.
Totally.
Some of the most quintessential images for UFOs and ghosts. That's what I was really into. And then I was always very afraid too.
Mm-hmm.
So I would read these books and then get really scared, all the time. I would do it all the time, torturing
It's like
yourself.
when we were kids and we would hit ourselves with staplers.
Yeah,
ever
just
do that?
cause. No one did that.
Well, when you have three boys in the same house, it's like who can do the dumber thing? It's like you're competing with each other. Or who can?
That's pretty wild.
Who can jump off the
You got
ramp
scars
with a
for that?
bike? It's always going harder and harder.
Do you have proof?
Yeah, the ramp
arms?
thing, I'm on board with the ramp thing, but a staple.
I never stapled myself.
I mean, it's like
I never stapled myself on purpose.
You're like, I wonder how bad this would hurt.
Stab yourself in the arm with a knife?
No,
I've
never like
done
that.
that.
Never like that.
No way.
It was unintentional, but I definitely pierced the fat of my all the way through.
Yeah, I did that one time too.
I was wondering what was in a
scar somewhere
magnet
on my
doodle, so
thumb.
I got the little pocket knife they gave us from the Blue Ridge Parkway, and I was stabbing into it, and it slipped and just pierced my hand.
On one of my hands, I definitely stabbed a part of my thumb. I don't remember, but
On purpose?
No. I've never stabbed myself. A stapler. When you're a kid and you would take a sewing needle and you would you could put it on.
Yeah.
Like
Now
stuff
that
like
I
that.
did.
Yeah.
That I did.
Yeah, I mean, you find
But a
out the
staple
stapler
takes it a
hurts and
little
you're like,
step
ow.
further.
It's funny how
never
that's
again.
a universal experience.
Everyone did that.
Yeah.
It's wild. I would do it in class. I wouldn't even pay attention. I would just get a safety pin. I would just do it and be like,
And then
check that
the
out.
finger floating hot dog thing. Everybody does that.
That's people always would say that's the that's where the blind spot is. It's not true. You have a blind spot?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you know how you can find it?
How?
Everyone can do it.
How?
So you close one eye, right? Do it. I'm serious. Everyone.
I'm doing
Close
it.
one eye, put your thumb out all the way, arm's length, stare at it. Center, keep your eye on that point, right?
Yeah.
And then drag your thumb to the right. If it's your right eye, do it that way, and your thumb will disappear, swear.
Huh? Wait, huh? What do
You're doing it right. You're doing it wrong.
Oh.
What do you mean my thumb?
You got to
disappear?
use your left hand with your left eye.
What do you mean?
Focus on the center point where your thumb is, and then keep it focused on that point, and then drag your thumb right, and it disappears.
Whoa.
I'll have to do that later.
What?
Yeah, but that's the
What
blind spot. That's the little
the-
point in your retina that doesn't gather information, but your brain blurs it to hide it.
Oh my God, Lee, what the hell? You just blew my mind. You just made my thumb disappear.
That's a Teddy classic. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yo, you know what? It's really interesting to know that you were into phenomenon adjacent things.
Yeah, I was so into it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What were you more afraid of? Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Really?
But now I'm like, please let me see a ghost.
Yeah.
I want to see a ghost. Take me to a haunted house
I feel like
now.
ghosts are just inherently scarier, by nature.
Well, it's uncanny. It's a dead person. And by
Yeah.
your reckoning, that's someone who's not alive. They're at all.
Yeah.
At least, in that idea.
Yeah.
So, I've always been super fascinated with ghosts and stuff like that. I love cryptids. You know, I've always loved like Bigfoot. You know, like you've always liked Bigfoot.
Do you have a fave cryptid?
Mothman.
Come on
There's
now.
a festival in Point Pleasant I want to go to this year.
There's a festival?
They do it every year annually in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Oh, that's
Yeah, dude.
cool.
That's pretty cool. So what was the vibe like? I mean, you don't have to like point out anybody in specific, but like,
Yeah,
what
I
was,
can.
What was the vibe like when all the like initial phenomenon stuff started happening?
I mean, it's how you describe it pretty much. There's a lot of don't talk about it. It's either not true or it's not
insane.
yeah. Or, you know, drugs and drinking.
Right.
Like drinking.
You know when you drink and you hallucinate?
Yeah.
See
And then
things?
7 other people. Well, 4?
There were 5 total,
5.
Yeah.
5 other people.
including my dad and brother. So
Yeah. So it's always been that way where it's never, like, I've never been encouraged to ask questions about it because
did you ever ask questions about it?
No, I didn't. Not until, if I'm being honest.
I mean,
I didn't really
not
ask
to me, but like to other people.
No, I mean, I would say that, like, I've never been keen on asking questions.
Because you know how the response would be.
Yeah, I guess
we
so.
talked about that in the last
But
episode.
Yeah, but I don't mean that negatively. That's just
Right.
kind of like
Right.
you can have the most perfect parents, and you still really don't.
Well, there's a dynamic when you're children.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes we forget about this as adults, but it really was like 20 years ago when you're a kid, it's kind of like, I don't want my mom and dad to know what I'm
Exactly.
thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the kid is like, I
I-
don't want to get in trouble.
I can assure you, I didn't want my parents knowing I was reading about ghosts and UFOs.
Right.
Really?
Right. I
Yeah.
didn't want
No,
my mom
absolutely
knowing I'm
not.
playing Grand
I mean, I
Theft
got
Auto.
saved at 7.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was doing ghost things at like 5 and 6.
Damn.
Like as soon as I could, pretty much. Maybe not 5. That seems pretty early. I don't imagine
you like
I was
learning
going
to
to
read,
a
bro.
library. yeah. It would have been 2nd or 3rd grade
You're like
at the
genius level.
earliest. Yeah, I was thinking about it. But I've always had a huge fascination with ghosts. I've always thought they were super cool.
That's
I mean,
cool.
I like ghost stories. Like something like, you know, you saw VHS. You don't like it very much, but my favorite one is
I also saw that like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'd probably like it.
it hasn't aged as well.
What are we talking about?
It's a movie called VHS.
Lee shares the fascination with horror films.
Yeah. I'm just like as insane as Ryan is about horror movies.
I was gonna make a joke, but I won't.
Do you
Do
guys
it.
have some of the same faves?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
what's
yeah,
your
the Thing, Hereditary, yeah,
Void.
easy clap, huh?
The Void. You recommended
The Void is incredible.
You put me on that one.
Yeah, me and Brandon
That's what I
watched.
was telling you
Shout out
last time.
my good friend Brandon. I love him to death.
Yo,
Shout out Brandon.
I love him.
I'm like pretty spooked by
I know.
scary stuff. So okay, The Void. Where is that on the spectrum of spookiness?
It's
The thing
weird.
that-
It's intense.
It is intense. Because I would. Sorry,
How dare you touch my toes?
I'll do it again. So like The Void, horror movies are weird because like Hereditary is scary.
It actually
It's
is.
scary.
It's actually scary.
I like As Above, So Below. That's pretty scary, I would say.
It's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like terrifying to me, but it's like
It's scary.
to an entry level. Like
Yeah.
I could see, you know, it's scary.
I'd probably.
But The
poop myself.
Void, The Thing, Color Out of Space,
I saw that.
you could handle the Void.
No,
If-
whoa.
I
You know better what movies I've seen and what I
From
can.
Nick's perspective,
okay.
The Void would be it's a pretty
It's
like,
intense. I don't
it's
think
a pretty
scary,
horrific film. Well, dude, you're desensitized, Lee.
though. Okay.
You're wearing shirts about the Binding of
The Lost
Isaac, where they
Boy.
like, you know, they're like
I
these,
love my
these
Isaac.
little weird little boys who like go into hell and like
Okay.
fight these deranged
Well,
monsters.
they only go into Sheol.
Well, you get my point.
Yeah.
You're desensitized to horror films.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Nick, like, dude, remember, The Void is like
It's very
horrific,
intense.
putrid dismemberment of these cosmic creatures coming through from the void, and
Yeah.
like, it's a pretty intense
Well,
movie.
it's funny because my aversion to horror is very specific.
Is it jump scares?
Yes.
There's no jumps. I can't say that. It's
I mean,
been a
there's
long time,
definitely
actually.
some.
It's the jump scare and the tension building up to the jump scare.
Hereditary.
It makes me literally like go into panic.
Hereditary doesn't ever break that tension. That's why it works so
Yeah,
well.
nah.
It never
I can't-
breaks the
I
tension.
can't do that.
It never once breaks the tension ever.
Yeah.
I can't do that. But like, you know, I love like The Witch. The Witch is awesome.
If you can handle the witch, you can handle the void, right?
I mean,
The witch is freaking wild.
I'm
it's
just
crazy.
I'm
I
just,
love that movie.
I'm coming from a place that The Void is one of those films where it's like very atmospheric,
Yeah.
ominous. Like it's one of those films that's like some films induce this dread, like there's absolutely no chance of survival, and
The Void does kind of do that.
It's like
for
crawling
sure.
in corridors
Yeah.
by like deranged beasts from another dimension that are like, after you in tight spaces.
Yeah.
Like it's a very intense movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
But
I guess if you ever
let's watch it and we'll report on it.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced the feeling of being chased? The scary feeling of being chased.
Or trapped.
Yeah. Like, if you ever played like Minecraft, as silly as that is, like, have you ever been running away from an Enderman?
Well, I have thousands
scary, right?
of hours in Minecraft.
It's
so
scary.
Yeah.
It kind of induces that sometimes. I can see where you're coming from with that.
Nick, did you ever play Slenderman?
Did you play Slender,
Yeah, I
the
did.
7 pages?
I did.
The
Yeah.
8
Yeah.
pages, sorry.
I did.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty spooky. It's weird because like some horror
It's
movies,
Slender.
some horror movies I can just handle great, no problem.
Yeah.
Midsummer is like I don't know if is that
It's
a
not
horror?
even horror.
Yeah, it's
That-
not.
I
It's a
would- yeah,
thriller.
no.
It's a thriller.
Well, it's actually considered a comedy,
Yeah.
a black comedy.
I
Yeah.
love like thrillers.
It's very funny.
Like The Shining's one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's so good.
Alien is probably my favorite horror movie ever. It's like
Oh my God, Alien's amazing.
it's unbelievable.
I've never seen anything like the moment when the replicant gets
dude.
revealed. Nothing like it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Because you never see it coming.
No.
And then it happens and you're like, what are
it's
they going to do?
One of the worst feeling rug pulls you can
I think I
experience
like
in a
The
movie.
Thing better.
Never
The
seen
Thing
it.
is better.
Never seen it.
Like
That's
the-
unfair. I love The Thing. It's very good.
Yeah.
You would like The Thing.
Yeah,
You would
You
adore
definitely
The
would love that
Thing.
movie.
He's been telling me that for like over a year.
I know.
I'm ready to watch it. I'll watch it. Like
And The Void is basically
It's just inspired, I think. Yeah. The premise is like they're trapped in a hospital, like around a cult, and they're like really trying a cult. It is like
They are a cult.
And they are constantly being attacked by
The cult.
weird things.
Well, they're being attacked by the cult, but
Yeah.
the cult is like sacrificing them to open a doorway to the void where
Yeah.
these entities are coming through from another dimension. So
Yeah.
it's both.
Yeah,
It's like they're being stalked by these psycho killers with knives, but then there's like demonic monsters.
yeah.
And
then
it's
it has
all
all the
prosthetic.
practical effects.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
practical
yeah,
effects
it's
are
all
amazing.
practical.
You know what's crazy? Since we're talking about The Thing and prosthetics, have you seen what The Thing from 2011 was gonna be?
I haven't watched it.
I haven't either, but it's all CG, and everyone hates it for that reason.
Yeah.
They had prosthetics.
Practical.
Yeah, you tricked
Yeah,
me.
I'm trying to say that.
They had practical effects that were crazy, but then the movie got rushed out, and they couldn't.
So they just CG'd it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like there's one of the things that they would do, the thing, where it was a piston with a silicon like ball on it. So when it would be like an eye opening and closing from like a sphincter type orifice. It was disgusting, but it was so good. It was so good.
I'm always going to be more impressed with practical effects over CGI.
It's always better, and then
Always.
it's gotten so convincing.
It is always better.
Yeah,
In
it looks.
horror.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
even think